Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the most important thing for a new mechanic to know. Even if you're not a new mechanic, you have to know this whether you're an older mechanic, you're a middle mechanic, like middle of your career, or you're starting off brand new. This actually helps out guys that are older because normally the older guys tend to forget this. So let's get right into it. I had this question asked by one of my guys in the comment section in my old video, so if you have any questions about anything about the mechanic industry, tools, whatever it is, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer for you guys in a video format. Okay, make sure you guys hit the like button too. So what's the number one thing you guys have to remember as a mechanic? The number one thing you have to remember as a mechanic is that our industry is continuously changing. Guys, our industry is going to be completely revamped in the next couple years. What do I mean by that? Electric cars. Okay, and the number one thing that mechanics forget is that they have to continuously progress in their education as a mechanic because unfortunately, cars are changing too fast for us to keep up. As you guys know, back in the old days, we had carburetors, then they went to fuel injection, and then they went to modern fuel injection, then they went to cars, hybrid cars, then they went to straight electric cars. What's gonna happen next? I don't know, but I foresee some other form of fuel coming into the picture, maybe propane, maybe biofuel, some other type of fuel is going to be coming in. So the cars are going to be designed completely different. And you have to make it your responsibility to keep up with the times. If you don't, you're going to be left behind. And you're going to be like a lot of those guys that are bitter and old because they haven't advanced in their career. They've gotten lazy and they just don't want to learn any of the new technology. They don't want to invest in their equipment. They don't want to invest in themselves and get that training they need to be able to progress with the industry. So I want you guys to always have the mentality of a beginner. Always know that you guys have to progress in your career, not only to make more money, but also in your education. You have to continuously be focused on becoming a better mechanic and exposing yourself to all this new technology. And if you guys are out of trade school, you guys have the best sources online. You guys have YouTube, you guys have forums, you guys have a bunch of resources you guys can look up on and be able to learn these new technologies at your own pace and at your own time. But that takes a lot of diligence from you. So you have to be, number one, aware that the industry is changing, because it's always going to change, guys. Look at the history of automotive, right? It's always changed. It's never stayed the same. Even if we do have the same internal combustion engine, everything around it has changed. So you have to understand that. Number two, you have to be continuously figuring out where the industry is going to go. Okay, because we have a skill set that nobody could take away from us. But the skill set is going to need to be revamped and changed once in a while for you guys to keep up with the new technology and be valuable. Okay, and number three, you have to find a way for you guys to study on your own. So if you guys are watching this video right now, you guys already are in a way better position than a lot of other mechanics, because a lot of other mechanics are not on YouTube, they're not on forums, they're not on Reddit, they're not on other mechanic stuff that are getting them new information. Luckily for you guys have found me where I give you guys up-to-date information in the industry so you guys can progress through your career in a correct way. Okay, I don't want you guys to be doing something completely, that's not gonna work in 5 years. So I don't want you guys to waste your time. So I'm continuously learning new things. I'm continuously figuring out where the industry is gonna go. I'm consistently looking at the news and I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do? What are this politician gonna do? What are they gonna do? What's the manufacturer gonna do in this situation? Because guys, if you guys just look at politics, let's just say, right? Politics dictates a lot of our industry. So in California, like 3 weeks ago, I saw that a senator was trying to put out a bill to get rid of all internal combustion engines in California by 2025. I'm like, so that means they're going to get rid of all internal combustion engines. And we could only have electric cars in California, one of the biggest automotive markets in the country. What does that mean? That means that whatever happens in California is going to go downstream to the rest of the country, because that's what happens. When laws pass in California, they eventually become laws in other states. Not immediately, but gradually. Okay? So it didn't pass. It wasn't even it wasn't even legislated. But just the idea that that's happening makes you guys think, okay, well, I got to make sure I keep up with this stuff, because if I don't, I'm going to be left behind. So I'm always looking, in Massachusetts, I think in Massachusetts or Chicago, they had a law saying that, a law saying, not a law, but they were trying to pass a law saying that whether or not it would be legal for manufacturers to give independent mechanics and just regular people the information they need to be able to diagnose and fix cars, right? So they were trying to, they're right now they're legislating that. What does that mean? That I'll make a whole video on this, guys. That means that people can say, okay, well, I don't want the manufacturer not to give me all the diagnostic equipment and my mechanic diagnostic equipment, because that means if I say yes to this, then that means the manufacturer is legally bound to give independent repair shops information on how to diagnose and repair a car. Okay, imagine if you said no, the manufacturer is not allowed, doesn't have to give independent mechanics and independent shops and independent people technology to be able to work on the car. That means the manufacturer will only have will have a monopoly to work on cars only. So that means that only they will be able to work on cars, which will make us obsolete unless we're working for a dealer. So you gotta really be keeping up with this stuff, guys, or else you're gonna be left behind. So those are the main three things you have to really be focused on. Be a beginner always. Okay, I've been in the industry 14 years, guys. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, 18 years old professionally. So I've been a professional mechanic since 18. I'm 32 now, 14 years. And then on my own since I was 16, since I got my first car, my Mustang. And I've always had a mentality of a beginner because I knew that the industry changed so fast that I always needed to keep up with my education or else I was going to be left behind. When I went on YouTube, I would find guys like Scanner Danner, Eric O from South Main Auto, and I would always study them and watch their videos because I wanted to see what they were doing with their diagnostic procedures, what information they got from other sources, where they got the scanners, how they use the scanners, how they diagnose cars. I always had the beginner mindset. Even when I opened up my business, I was like, okay, I gotta always be learning. I always gotta be keeping up, or else I'm gonna be left behind. Because if there's another guy that's more hungry than I am and is learning more than I am and knows more than I do, they're gonna kick my butt, and that's not gonna happen. So I always kept that beginner mindset. I always looked for new information. Always. I always had my sources. I went to YouTube. I went to different news sources. I just talked to people. I talked to people in the industry, many business owners throughout my career, just talking to people, figuring out what they were doing, what they saw, what things they foresee in the future. Then I consistently just kept my eyes open to the possibility that our industry might be obsolete, and we have to be consistently focused on what else can we do with our skill sets that we've been given. Because guys, our skill sets, if we're not working on cars, we could take it to work on other machinery. Basically, guys, we fix machines. A car is a machine, specifically a car that takes passengers to a location, but we could use our skill sets and transfer that skill set over to fix trains, to fix airplanes, to fix boats, whatever it is. So long as we have the specifics and we know how to read a manual, we'll be able to do it. Okay? So guys, consistently be focused on learning new things, figuring out what the industry is going, and keep watching YouTube videos like mine so that you guys are aware of what's happening. Okay? I don't want you guys to be left behind and then you guys are screwed and you guys are bitter and you guys are putting a bad name on the mechanic industry because you guys didn't get what you wanted. Okay, be careful with that because I don't want you guys to be, left behind and then be upset. I want you guys to continuously get better, continuously make money, and provide for yourself and your families. So let's get it. I hope you guys are excited because the industry is only going to get better, guys. So long as we consistently have that beginner mindset and we're consistently looking out for new information and seeing where things are going to go and having some foresight, we'll be okay. Okay, keep watching the channel, keep watching other mechanic channels, and then talk to each other. Okay, we have to come together and talk to each other and see what we need to do as mechanics to become better for our industry and become successful overall. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me a comment, hit the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. Whether or not you like this topic, whether you disagree with me, whether you agree with me, I like to hear what you guys have to say because that gives me a better idea of what's going on with the industry. Because this is stuff that I think about all the time, guys, and sometimes I don't make videos about it because I just don't because I'm busy. But I want to make videos for you guys that are going to consistently get you guys to a place where you guys are more financially free and more just happier in the industry. Okay, because at the end of the day, guys, our industry is tough, but we like what we do, so we have to make sure that we get the most out of it by walking the correct path. Okay, let's get it. Talk to you guys later. Take care.
Yeah, guys, today I'm talking about this ratchet. Yeah, see this guy?
think that again. Just fuck around, move around.
It's toe time! Toe time!
Yep.